It's day 301.
of the 29th year and beyond. Well, today I'm a little handicapped here.
Oh,
I went to the dentist because I had a tooth that had a little decay.
yeah.
So I had to get a filling.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk about decay in a marriage.
Okay, let's talk about decay and a marriage.
So, types of decay in a marriage can be, as simple as just time and people going in different directions. It can be as severe as a marital affair. It can be finances. It can be life decisions that you don't agree on. It can be children. It can be a lot of different things. But inevitably, all marriages have some decay.
Hmm. Well, if we're speaking literal about your situation, um, decay occurs when the enamel, which is the hard surface of the tooth, to protect the nerve and the pulp and all of those wonderful things, gets penetrated, and then the bacteria begins to create that decay.
Exactly.
And so, when things penetrate the hard surface of your marriage,
That's right.
like those things that you suggested,
Mhm.
it can definitely begin to create that bacteria and begin thus the decaying process.
Yeah, and so this whole thing that I had to go through is a healing process of my tooth.
Yeah, and you're still on them.
Yes, and that's what happens in a marriage. People become really numb. You sort of check out.
Hmm. Well, I was gonna say now the decay didn't cause the numbness.
No,
The anesthesia.
Right, and this
And
is a process.
it's a process, but the anesthesia serves as to remove the discomfort, so that whatever needs to be done to remove the decay and then begin the healing process can take place. So when you're numb, it's wonderful because you don't feel the pain. But in a marriage, if there's decay, I guess ways people would numb oneself is sometimes by alcohol or drugs or affairs
Or just other
or,
people.
yeah, absolutely, other opportunities.
Yeah.
Now, the interesting thing about numbness, even though you may not feel the pain, it's temporary. And while you're numb, you can still do damage because in your situation, you could bite your tongue
Yes.
or the inside of your cheek. So you can do damage even though you don't feel it.
That's right.
Oh, but you'll experience it later. And the same thing in a marriage. If you do something to medicate or to numb yourself, even though you may not, quote unquote, be feeling the pain, it's only temporary, and you can do further damage
That's right.
while you're numb.
That's right. Now, as I begin to go through this healing process and this numbness begins to wear off, and now that the doctor has gone in there and really worked to get that decay out, and he's put in a filling. So now, after that, then I'll be able to enjoy the things that I could do before, like eat and drink. Because, like, right now, drinking is really challenging. So I have, like, a water bottle.
Yeah. Don't show the people that you have a drinking problem. Ouch, I need some anesthesia.
I do have some problems. This one over here. But anyway, so over time, this will wear off, and then I'll be able to enjoy the things that I was unable to enjoy during this process.
Well, so if there is decay in a marriage, just like in a tooth, if you leave it unchecked, if you don't treat it, it just continues to spread and it causes even greater challenges. Because then it will get into the pulp and the root. And then, heaven forbid, you have to go to something more drastic, having the root canal. But that's the thing. You don't want to allow, if there is decay in your marriage, you don't want to allow it to fester and to grow because it will spread and will create more damage.
Right.
So deal with it at the onset, and the recovery is much easier and much quicker because it requires less work.
Right. But when it's done, I'll still remember, I'll have that reminder in there
Right.
that there was decay, but I will no longer be feeling the pain that I was feeling before or the discomfort.
Yes. Well, what about you? What are you doing to prevent the decaying process?
That's
But
right.
if by chance you should experience some decay, make certain that you take care of it as soon as possible so that it doesn't spread. Until tomorrow, if the Lord says the same.